Yeah, roger that. Put a tag on him.
I want to know all the info, where he goes, who he meets, and exactly what's going on.
No worries. Even what he's eating. Yeah.
Well, welcome to you, and here we are again at Phil's, and it's good to be here with you again, Phil. And we've done some very interesting talks, and
Indeed.
this one equally is of great interest. Yeah. The title: We Are Being Watched. And let me explain that I was in a supermarket not too long back, and as I walked down a particular aisle, there was a couple of people. An older gentleman was standing to the side in the middle of the aisle, and he was just observing as I walked down. As I approached, he said, "You're here again, and you'll be here tomorrow, and I saw you in Lidl." I thought, what? I don't know this man. And at that point, his wife came up, and she says, "What's? He's always doing this. Leave him alone." I said, "No, it's all right. Don't worry. I find it quite funny, really." I said, "What's your name?" He said, "It's Wilfred Hyde White," and he chuckled. Now, for you film buffs of British films from the 40s, 50s, 60s and onwards, Wilfred Hyde White was a British character actor who often played government officials, military types, spies, ambassadors, such like. And he made reference to this particular man. But Phil, just explain, why was he interested? What caught his interest in particular?
As happens with many of us, goes back to the 80s and the local council. My dad worked on it for a number of years, from the late 70s all the way to the 90s. At one period, on the department he was on, he was working with Wilf,
right,
who was quite a bit younger than Dad at the time. Yeah. And obviously he got used to seeing me with Dad.
Right.
Perhaps, I don't know, may have been back in a pub in the day, I don't know. But he got used to recent years being in the supermarket with him. Yeah. And he'd always have to stop and talk to Dad. And Dad would say, "Oh, do you remember my son?" Blah, 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 blah.
And then he would have seen us together.
And then from 20 onwards.
And then when he saw me by himself, his curiosity got the better of to make a comment on it.
Even though I wasn't there on that day. He still recognised Martin, so it's, it's in his head that's the chap who hangs about with Derrickson.
That's it. Yeah. Now, another story. I knew a friend from Kent. He came up to live in Leicester, and when he would walk down the street, neighbours and children played in the street. He'd address as, we all have different ways of saying, like hiya. In Leicester it's often hiya, or people have their own expressions. But his expression was watcher. And he says the kids didn't really get that. They sort of looked at him a bit bemused, like, watch what?
They say that round here a little bit as well.
Watcher?
Yeah, they say, they say watch your cock round here.
Yeah. Expression. So all of us are being watched to some extent. When you walk down the road, you know the people that speak to you. You know the people that don't. You know those who walk dogs and those who don't, and those who will put their head down. They don't say nothing. You know the people that look slightly odd. You know the people who have disabilities and one thing and another.
And you know the people who disobey. And they twig on you. Yeah.
So on a larger scale, we see that the government and their secret services and those who assist them, behind the government, there are these. Well, the government are only puppets, aren't they? Manipulated by the world governments, by the evil controllers, by the evil powers who have great desire to influence.
Politicians are just a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Reading from the teleprompter.
And to control everyone. Behind all these government people, whichever ones are in power, are the people pulling the strings.
Yeah.
And we need to pause. All of us at some point have thought, well, there is a spiritual battle of good and evil going on. We've all said this, however you view it and what that really means. But there are these evil forces at work, and they desire the people that communicate with them, these dark cabal, these bloodline powerful elite people, they desire knowledge, total knowledge, like God's omnipresence, his ability to be everywhere present. They want to see everything that's going on, and they want to be like God's omniscience, his all knowledge. And they do this through their technology with the intent of, in time, controlling every person on planet Earth to be conformed to what they want and to give them that power. Regardless of if you actually view there are spiritual entities behind them, I believe there are, but even if you disagreed with that, we can see where this is all going with control and technology.
Oh, yeah. I would say there is something non-human, perhaps.
Yeah. Behind their evil and the extent of what goes on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's come to some of this technology, because if you go, you pass through Birmingham New Street, and you will hear over the loudspeaker 24-hour CCTV is in operation at this station for your safety and comfort. Phil, we know they have CCTV. We know they have this. Is it always working, do you think? Is some of this a con?
I think some of it's a con. It reminds me a little...
A bluff, sort of thing.
Some of it is. A lot of it reminds me of car speed cameras. Do you remember they were everywhere?
Yeah.
The yellow boxes down roads?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them didn't even have a camera fitted inside them, or they'd run out of funding to run them.
Yeah.
But you didn't know where and which ones were operating.
And remember, with the death of Epstein, they were the
switched off.
Yeah.
Just like London Bridge. Just like London Bridge and the rest
conveniently not working.
Yeah. And when there is some footage, it's always 1990s mobile phone footage. It's terrible. Yeah. Because that's all they want you to see. Yeah. So as regards CCTV, I've only managed to grab a couple the last week or two, but it's everywhere. Everywhere I'll go, there's some sort of sticker.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Buses are full of them. Obviously, trains as well. So you always see something like that everywhere. And to me, it's just a snitch society. They want you to grass on everybody. Text this number to this if you see any of this. If you see any antisocial behaviour, all this, that and t'other, phone this number. And it's always got the all-seeing eye every time.
Yes.
Yeah, every time. There's another one there that's actually in the bus station, and exactly the same sort of thing in operation. Is it in operation? Because, like you say, when something goes wrong, then there's never seem to call on it.
Yeah.
I could even go into what that little symbol is there. It's not picked it up on the camera very well, but that is a multicoloured symbol down the bottom there.
Yeah.
So if you imagine that was the rainbow colours, I'm sure some of you will guess who that belongs to. Facial recognition. So we know that's going on. Some newer mobile phones like iPhones and that, you have to, you know, with your phone you can unlock it, you can put a PIN code in, or, you know, whatever. Some of the later models over the last few years, they recognise your face. Yeah. That's the way you unlock your phone.
We had the facial recognition when we were in Hyde Park on the Freedom demos, when the scamdemic was going on, and we were on the London March and various other ones. They have placed the Met Police with the facial recognition, and they were filming people. Some were trying to cover their faces, some weren't bothered. Were you particularly bothered? Did you try and cover it? Because for me, you wonder what's the point.
Yeah.
You know, because they've got it from many things.
That's a good point that leads on to this recent times. I think it was back in October, when there's the digital ID, anti-digital ID march in London, the big one. What I found fascinating about it is not so much the march and how many people turned up, which is good. If they do anything, that's another thing. They're always organised as well, which makes me think, you know. But what they've done, they went off route. Some of you probably know about that they always give you a guided path, like when we do all the big ones. You've got to follow this and you've got to follow that, blah blah blah. Well, they took them off the guided route towards the end and marched them past New Scotland Yard.
Yeah.
Now, what's quite interesting about that is that New Scotland Yard had put a new camera up just ready for that week, which is a facial recognition camera. So the people who are out on the march anti-digital ID were getting facial recognition without themselves knowing at the time, which is remarkable, isn't it, really?
There you are.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
just another one on that is, so with tech, Google and Microsoft, so if you use those, I don't, but they're now, if you're in Australia, starting the 27th of December, so it's already started, Australians using the internet search engines such as Google and Microsoft Bing, while logged in, will require to verify their age through digital identity checks, including methods such as photo ID, facial recognition, and digital ID linking.
Wow.
How about that? Just to use a Google search engine. Wow.
My.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to take a brief look. We're going to make a comment. We're not going into any depth, but these two films here, we're just going to have a brief look at. Both these films star Gene Hackman as a surveillance expert in both of them, and these films have a measure of interest on this subject that we're talking about. Hackman died at the age of 95 on the 18th of Feb 2025, again under strange circumstances, much like a film itself. We're not going to go into his death.
Was that far back?
Yeah, it's about a year back. Come this February, as we speak to you in the new year, 2026, in January. So the first film, The Conversation, it was written and directed by Francis Ford Coppola, and also one of the first films to star a young Harrison Ford. Hackman plays a character called Harry Call, who is a surveillance expert, and he's a bit like a private detective. He makes his living with his team of operatives in tracking people, listening into their conversations, and reporting back to the person who pays him. He's not interested in what it's about or what they're doing. In fact, he doesn't want to know.
Yeah.
But a murder does take place, and he is drawn into a tight web where the tables in effect begin to be turned on him, and he becomes extremely paranoid of people watching him. So a very interesting film. Harry Call in that one. The second film is 24 years on, made in 1998. enemy of the state, with Will Smith as a lawyer. Again, there's been a murder of a congressman by a politician and his agents in a park that has been caught on camera innocently by somebody.
Birdwatcher.
And when he finds out what it is, he realises the danger he's in, and the people responsible for the murder begin chasing, and a whole series of events. He ends up joining in with Gene Hackman, who plays a character called Edward Lyell, or known in the film as Brill. Now, do you think that name stands for brilliant? He's brilliant at what he does.
Yeah.
Why would he be called Brill?
Yeah.
You
I
know?
like the way he's the proper name as well. He's Hackman, so he can hack things.
Oh yeah. That's well spotted, Phil. Yeah, and this to me is a continuation of the Harry Caul character.
Yeah.
Insofar as he even has the same translucent raincoat. He looks.
So that they picked Hackman again to play the same character.
More or less, it's the same type. And did you notice, Phil, the workshop, or if you can call it a workshop or office, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah.
They're both these films. They are in warehouses.
Yeah. Secure
warehouses, locked up, secure, alarmed. Nothing else in it. You go up flights of stairs, and then you're in a grilled area with all these computers and all these stuff.
Yeah.
Now, an interesting point was that in Enemy of the State, when they're on the run, Hackman and Will Smith, they stop at a convenience store, and Will Smith has been instructed not to make any phone calls to anyone, but he disobeys.
He wants to talk to his wife.
Brill, that's right. He rings his wife, and they begin tracking.
Yeah.
From there, they find out by following the vehicle. They're going into the convenience store, obtaining the CCTV footage, and then coming after them. Now, John Voight, who plays the corrupt politician with his murderous agents, when they view, they say of Brill, he's very clever. He never looks up. The satellites are looking directly down.
That's right, yeah.
And I don't know if that's changed in so many years on from 1998, but has it? I don't know. It's looking straight down, and he never puts his head up. He's always looking at the ground. So, and then, once they've got the footage of the CCT in the shop, then they can catch Hackman's face, and then all the information comes up on him, isn't it? And the picture of him, is the same picture as Harry Caul in the conversation.
I've never noticed that.
Yes, it's the same.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so very interesting films. Now, we've touched on the facial recognition. Also, the helicopter stuff, isn't it? There was a lot of helicopter scenes chasing them in Enemy of the State.
Yeah.
We had in Hyde Park similar type thing, wasn't it? With the Freedom demo marches, with the helicopter directly above Trafalgar Square and above the park, and they must have been homing in on everyone, gathering facial recognition, or what else are they looking at?
Is it to just control so nothing goes out of hand? Is it to make sure that people stay on the correct route, or is it?
We know that it's more.
More than likely.
More than likely.
Yeah.
So, Will Smith finds himself in great trouble. His character. His credit cards are switched off.
Yeah.
He can't buy anything. They've got into his apartment.
Yeah. And they've cloned his phone, his keys, everything. Yeah. So they've even got and his glasses. So they've even got the same model glasses from years ago,
yeah,
and his phone from years ago, and they've replicated them, but chipped everything, which is amazing, really. And I think that's done. There's no doubt about that. It's done this day and age.
And they've got into his house in the early stages of the film and placed tracking devices
in his
house, but also his clothes, his suits, his shoes, pens, pants, trousers, in his car.
Yeah.
Everywhere was monitored. With the credit card thing, we saw again in Canada during the scandemic, Trudeau in Canada switching off the bank accounts of the truckers. And we've seen how technology has moved on from 1974, the conversation film, to the phenomenal extent of tracking people in enemy of the state. And
analog to digital.
And Brill said in it, the film, did you pick up on that one where he said it's a brave new world out there? Which is a quote of Aldous Huxley's book on the dystopian society, isn't it? A brave new world. Let's see. So the whole spy tracking, monitoring, incredible. Now, a quick story on Stanley Kubrick, the film director. His last film, Eyes Wide Shut, there was a massive argument with the producers on the film, and 5 days later Stanley Kubrick was dead. Now, his chauffeur and assistant stated that only Stanley and himself had keys to his secret den where he kept his films and books, letters and all his personal stuff. When the chauffeur assistant came back from the funeral, he noted there was 20 men in black. Now, we've appeared like this in this black garb, yes, to make it more humorous, more interesting, but these people were in Stanley's den. They got in. He says they've got keys to everything, they can get in, no problem. And that's how they could get into Will Smith's house, plant the devices. They boxed up all Stanley's stuff and took it all away.
So whereas we thought, or he was definitely working for the state with his films, some of the films that he'd done, to put out a certain narrative, as we know. But
he must have gone over the
mark.
And they knew it.
Yeah.
Because he'd gone off script.
And little things were getting said and done, and it was getting out, perhaps.
Yeah. I would say
to the general public. Do you think it was getting out in his films as well?
You'd have to analyse all the different films. Yes, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. Yeah. Worth watching these couple of films.
Yeah, definitely.
These are the days Fantastic. We're living in.
Yeah.
Did you have anything?
Other things later on, but I did forget on when we was on about CCTVs. This week, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, it was one normal awful winter's day, and on the way to work, the one I wanted photograph-wise I missed. It was one of these new double-deckers that are around these parts. They're on the main routes, like to Birmingham, whatever, Dudley. Plastered all over the side of it as it pulled in, so it was turning already. I didn't have a chance to get my phone out and get a photo. Plastered on the side of it, this massive poster saying, "This bus is fitted with 12,
what?
Not one, not two, 12 CCTVs to keep you safe." 12?
Man.
On a bus?
No.
Wow.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I can do some of those now if you want to.
Yeah, just share whatever you got.
Yeah. Okay, so giving your identity away. Sometimes the state doesn't have to chase you for it, does it? So you willingly give it up.
Yeah.
So I know I'm sort of going over old ground, but 2 examples would be Facebook and Instagram, for argument's sake. These were absolutely fantastic CIA inventions where people would gladly give up their information without being asked for it, because they like to share it online.
Right.
So, people actually put on where they are, what the name is, who they're with, where they're going, everything. So they're actually willingly giving it to the state without being spied on.
Brilliant.
It's
very clever.
Yeah, but the problem.
But you've got to get them to like it, isn't it?
Yes.
That they want it and like it and get involved.
Get them addicted to it. Yeah. But what they're actually doing with this data, some of you must have seen this. They're building these huge data centres, particularly in America. Huge, vast amounts of area with data centres, which basically are like big computers, big hard drives, which hold information about everything. So it can be drawn upon when needed. If they need something, authorities, they can go and get it. So there's that. It's been stored elsewhere in these massive sites. But not only is that giving up your free will and everything you do to the state, it's also a massive bleed on Earth's resources, because these data centres take up a phenomenal amount of electricity and cooling.
Okay.
It has to be cooled, like everything that's electrical, computer-wise, and other things, has to have a fan to keep it cool and things like that, or an air system. So what do they use? Water cooling. So all these data centres are being built next to rivers, streams, reservoirs. So not only are they taking the people's land away, they're taking natural utilities, water, they're taking it away. Whilst people's rates go up for water, electricity, the state is openly using it to store your information. It's quite amazing. Attached to that, these data centres is a lot of people I know now, and you see them if you walk up your own street. They've got these Ring doorbells, and also we've got a camera at work they've installed, which is the same make, even though it's inside. Now, Ring doorbells are owned by Amazon, which I don't like, but I didn't give my consent to be filmed at work. Right, but they put them up. Yeah. Now, not only can they view them on their phones, what we're doing, again, because it's Amazon, all that data is being sent to Amazon's data centres and cloud. When people say the cloud, all it is a data centre. It's not something floating about in the sky. It's a data centre, right? It's a fancy word for it. So Amazon have got my details and a lot of other people's details through these Ring doorbells.
Right.
So it's a massive corporation that is holding your details against your will. Yeah. You didn't consent to it.
But is it not the case with all CCTV?
No, because I've got a camera on my house. Yeah. But that's internal and it goes to my hard drive.
Yeah.
So it's not being stored elsewhere, it's just for me, in case something happens at the house. Yeah. This is going to a private company, a big corporation.
With no permission.
No permission, yeah. Talking of giving things up, again, we all have to go through this very occasionally. When you open an account online for a certain website or wherever, bank even, obviously you put a name in, you make up a password, you have to put your email address, but as you all probably know now, you also get this 2-step verification code sent to your phone. So unwillingly now, you have to give your mobile number as well.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
so that they're getting you on 3 fronts straight away before you've even done anything.
If you send a parcel from work, you have to. They make things more complicated now. You have to put the telephone number. There has to be a telephone number. Otherwise, it's got a little asterisk. It means it's imperative. You can't leave it out. You have to put a phone number in there. And regarding the name of the person, if it's too long, they'll tell you to chop it down and cut the name down. It's like, we're not that important, the name of the person. It's they want information, other information. You see what I mean?
Right.
You couldn't send it, so you end up having to put the company's phone number in that space because they've not given a phone number.
Yeah.
You see, so you can't chase after them. And I found this with people with long names. It's like, but that's their name. If they've got a double-barreled name, you can't chop it down. Well, you can. You cut the name off if it's Brian. It's Mr. B.
Yeah.
You know, and he's got a long-winded double-barreled name.
Yeah.
You have to chop that down, and it can be almost making it a bit impersonal. The name can be chopped about, but you must have the phone number. You must have the.
Yeah.
Anyway, just some thoughts. Carry on.
That's quite. No, I'll carry on with where we were going. I'll end up with some little procedures we can all do.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm more or less said what I.
Oh, sorry. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Just carry on, Phil. It's
Sorry. So rather than give your data to the cloud, right? Might be a rainy day. I suggest. It's only a little one, but I suggest you all get a physical hard drive, or at least 2, by doing videos or information and putting it on an Amazon cloud or a Microsoft cloud, what I mentioned earlier. Your material isn't yours anymore.
Yeah.
You gave it to a corporation. You haven't got it physical. It's a bit like an LP or a single or a CD.
I can understand.
Or a book learning.
Yeah. You've done a talk on that.
Yeah, you've got the copy of it. So you don't be signing on to anything cloud.
You can't beat a physical hard copy that they have to literally come in the house to steal if they want to take it.
Yeah, exactly that. So a couple of other ways. On your computer, on your phone, there is free ones out there, but generally you have to pay for them. But on a computer, you may have heard of a VPN. Well, what a VPN does, it throws your IP address. So my computer over there, when I turn it on, the VPN kicks in, and it might say that I'm in Denmark. Might say I'm in America, might say I'm in China. So I'm not saying it's totally safe, but when I'm online, it's saying it's not me here. I'm elsewhere. I'm in another country, which is good. So if you're doing personal details, i.e. banking or wherever, it's not going to be related to me where I live. I'm in another country. So it masks who you are, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So that's quite a good idea to do if you can. Physical hard drive I've done. Now this is a different one. A lot of you probably wouldn't have heard of these. I'm not going to turn it on in case it starts going bleep bleep. It's a de-googled phone. So it's based on an Android operating system. So it's not an iPhone, it's not a whatever phone, Google phone or a Microsoft phone. It's a de-googled phone, so it runs on a different operating system. This one's called Lineage. So the apps which are on it, you wouldn't be familiar with. They do exactly like your regular phone would, but they're different ones. And you don't have to sign into nothing. So i.e. There's not like a Google Play Store where you've got to create a Google name and password to download WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever, it's incognito. So, you download whatever you need, these different apps called different things, but to do the same thing, but you're not signed in. So you don't get all these alerts from Google saying this, that, other. It's not tracking you. Again, it throws your IP address where you are. So I've had those for the last, I think it's 6 years now. They're good. They're very good.
Excellent.
Also, I'll give one to you actually later. Front-facing cameras on a phone. We all know that what they're doing. It's not just for all these people who do selfies. It's actually recording what you were doing. So that could be live all the time. You wouldn't have any say on it, even though you can turn it off in the settings. Whatever you're looking at, especially these kids nowadays, or typing wherever, that can be watching you.
Okay.
So what I bought, these are freely available online. Don't cut them, just cost chips. It's a little slider cover, if you can see that. So when I slide it, it covers the camera.
Oh, okay.
So that's covering the camera.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, good.
So that's another little prevention you could do for about £3, and you'll get about 8 of them.
Wow. Yeah. All little steps to help.
Yeah.
Minimise their onslaught.
Their onslaught. Yeah, it's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, excellent. So, was that everything, Phil?
I believe so. Yeah. We could go on for hours, couldn't we? Really.
So we want to thank you for viewing, and some interesting things here.
Yeah,
As
definitely.
we said, the films, if you feel inclined, may be worth a watch. And we'll leave you with, a while back I went to a funeral of a cousin, and you know how they usually, not everyone has
that's normally
a normal sort of hymns and various
it's a bit
things.
more uplifting.
But it's a few songs that they're happy with, and one of the ones that was played was
Every Breath
the
You
Police,
Take.
the Stings song. So we'll just lead us on that, and we'll close with this. So, yeah.
Yeah. So it goes. One of the verses goes.
Interesting words.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the verses goes a little like this.
Yeah.
Every breath you take, and every move you make, every bond you break, every step you'll take, I'll be watching you. Farewell.
Be watching you.